reporting. Kris Gethin. And you wouldn't believe this is fall. It is absolutely beautiful. I can't believe I've been in the house all day working, not lazing around, just on the computer, and I've missed this. I had no idea the weather was this beautiful. I've been eating my meals in front of the computer. I should have been eating them out here. I had no idea. It was so bloody nice. There you go. A day goes just like that when your head is in the computer monitor, isn't it? Anyway, how are you, ladies and gentlemen? I'm having a cup of herbal tea here, and I thought this would be a good opportunity to speak to you about proteins and the different types of sources of protein out there, and why some are much cheaper than the other, and actually what's in it. What are you putting in your body? You're supposed to be improving your health, your performance, your ability to recover. Your adrenal glands need to be clear so their receptor sites can always be firing, and obviously you want a very easy protein on your liver, your kidneys, your digestion, and nothing that's going to be clogging your system, nothing that's going to put strain on your digestion, but something that's actually going to help you recover, and that's going to be good for your health as well. So obviously, it's like if you buy a cheap pair of glasses, chances are if you've got a problem with your eyes, it's not going to help with your eyesight. If you're going to be, if you want to race a car around a track at an extremely fast speed and finish first place, you can't do it in a Hyundai. They'll sell you the car and say, all cars are the same. They've got four wheels. It's got a steering wheel. Yeah, it'll get you there, but how's it going to get you there? Is it going to break down on the way? Are there going to be problems? Are you going to have to replace certain parts, or are you going to finish last? It's exactly the same with your food. If you think about it, if you eat in McDonald's all day, you're going to look a certain way if you were to do that on a daily basis. And it's the same with the proteins that you take. If you take certain proteins and you're working your butt off and you're not really getting anywhere, you could be going backwards. You could be, your recovery isn't enhanced. You may as well just eat food, because supplements are there, of course, to supplement your diet, but they're supposed to enhance your performance. That's what supplements do. Let's look at magnesium as a great example. In this country, even bottled water has less than 10% of the magnesium, and then in other countries. And they believe that heart disease and a lot of problems that are surrounding the lack of magnesium in a lot of people's diets, if they were to address this and get it through the water, because obviously it's a lot easier for your body to absorb magnesium through water or supplementation as opposed to food, because the fatty acids can prevent a lot of the uptake. So if they were to actually, or if you were to actually drink more magnesium throughout supplementation or throughout water, which is less than, it's less than 10%, a lot of the people have, than a recommended dose, there would be millions and millions, like I think they say about 4.3 million lives could be saved every year. Okay, so you can't just eat the same as everybody else and think, okay, yeah, it's going to be fine. Like when I moved to this country, I started increasing my magnesium intake because I knew that I wasn't getting it through the water here as I would in the other countries that I've lived. So you have to think about all these different things, and that's why a supplement isn't just a fucking supplement. I can't get it into my head that people go, oh, it's a BOGO special, it's a buy one, get one free, yeah, I'm going to fucking get that. Or if they look on the shelf and go, well, that's the cheapest, and that athlete told me it's the best, and the marketing is all this, and it's a bestseller, and it's in the magazines, why I'm going to get that. Fucking do your homework, guys. This is your life that you have. You've got this vessel. You only have one opportunity to make it the best that you can possibly have, whether it means helping people, whether it means to, look after your kids, maybe it's an inspiration. But of course you want to be here as long as possible, and you don't want to be, with a crippled back or a problem with your kidneys or a heart disease or anything like that. You want to make sure that this engine is finely tuned. I always say that, knowledge without mileage is bullshit. Yes, you do have to have the mileage, but really back it up with the knowledge and do everything that you possibly can to enhance and finely tune this machine that you've got. It doesn't make sense why you wouldn't take advantage of that. And people are very quick to abuse themselves with alcohol, with drugs, but a lot of the time they think they're being healthy, but they're actually fucking up their progress and fucking up their health by, if you're in the fitness industry or bodybuilding industry and you're supplementing a certain way, you're thinking, yeah, I'm doing the right thing. Well, maybe you're not. If you're taking a lot of heavy metal contaminants, if you're taking in a shitload of sucralose every single day, that'll fuck up your body's pH balance and your good bacteria in your stomach. And you're taking in heavy metal contaminants that could be cancerous, and having all this strain on your liver and kidneys, and you're taking all these artificial colors and dyes and ACEs, over time, that will fucking have an adverse reaction. It's like saying, oh, well, I can drink Diet Coke because they put it on the shelves, it's available, it must be okay for us. Come on, guys, think about it. Do not trust anybody and do not fucking relent. You actually have to do your educate. You have to educate yourselves. So, I'm talking about Recaged here, and the casein, our new casein. I'm going to tell you why it's the best out there. So number one, let's go to Recage. This has been around for a while now, so you guys should know. Why is it the number one? And why is it affordable? Why would I say this is affordable? I'd say this is the cheapest protein powder that you're going to get. Why? Because number one, per serving, per scoop, you get this friggin' huge scoop. Why? Because it's full of efficaciously dosed ingredients, naturally flavored, naturally colored, patented creatine HCl in its patented form, beta power in its patented form. The glutamine is fermented from a natural plant source, not from bird feathers or human hair, which the majority of glutamine and branched chain amino acids are derived from. A lot of people still don't know that, but the supplement industry knows. They're not going to tell you that, of course. Why would they? But we all know. Everybody in the supplement industry knows. But the consumer, no, they'll just give over their money and and that's it. You don't think any further. Obviously, it's a protein isolate. Not all protein isolates are the same. This one is hydrolyzed. Not all hydrolyzed proteins are the same. A lot of the hydrolyzed proteins that you will get on the market is put into a hydrolyzed form through heat or chemicals. Why? Because it's very easy and fast to hydrolyze it that way. However, that destroys the integrity of the protein. It fucks up the protein fractions, which is exactly what you're paying for to enhance recovery when you go and bust your ass in the gym. So it doesn't make sense why you'd have to go and get a protein that's denatured. Think about metal on a car that has been rusted. That's what you're purchasing. You're purchasing a rusty car. That's going to do fuck all for you. So you have to think about these things. The anabolic window straight after your workout is enhanced, and your body's protein synthesis will uptake as much protein as you can possibly feed it in a very short window. So you have to have the fastest digesting protein known to human man. Now, chicken's not going to do that. Eggs are not going to do that. Fish is not going to do that. A protein isolate will do that, providing that it's a high-quality premium protein isolate. But a hydrolyzed protein that is in an enzymic form, or it's put into a hydrolyzed form with a pro-hydrolyzed enzyme, which keeps the structural integrity of your protein, does. So if you look at what you're paying for with a load of shit, and you could feed yourself all day with it, then you can see the price comparison. Because if I was to use the same pricing model as other companies do, this should be 3 times the amount that you have to pay. But I eat up the profit. I eat up the margin. I eat up, I do not go and sponsor athletes that are going to cost me millions. I don't pay thousands and thousands of dollars to advertise in all the magazines. I don't pay a crazy amount to go and be at expos. I don't do loads of free samples. Why? Because I can't afford it, because I'm putting it all in the bloody product, you know what I mean? So you can save your money. But anyway, it makes me happy. I don't give a fuck about owning my own house. I'm happy to rent, Our casein. All right, so why is this casein any different to any other casein on the market? Well, the obvious is, number one, we have natural flavors. Number two, we have natural colors. It's enhanced with stevia. We got a very tiny little bit of sucralose in it, only to disguise the bitter tasting of the stevia. Now, this isn't a stevia blend that you buy from the supermarket. This is an organic stevia that we use. And it's the same with the coca that we're using in the coca chocolate flavoring. It's an organic chocolate coca. It isn't just anything. It costs a shitload more to do it this way, but it's a lot healthier for you. This is the thickest and creamiest casein that you'll ever get. You can mix it much like a pudding. And if you look on the back, if you've got a container there, and you can compare this to your casein that you've got at home, it's a 100% micellar casein isolate. It's been isolated from the milk, and it's a cold filtration, so it continues to capture the structural integrity of the protein. None of it gets destroyed through the process. Less than 1%, less than 1% of lactose is in here. So I know a lot of people that have allergies to proteins and are lactose intolerant, and they're taking a casein, and cystic fibrosis sufferers are taking a casein, and they're taking a whey protein, isolate that, the recaged, and they cannot take any other protein in the world. So that just goes to show you what is being put in here is quality, because the human body is now allowed to absorb it and use it as human nature provided for us. It's banned substance free from the BSCG certification. That's what that gold stamp is there. That is the highest grade of certification you can get within the industry when it comes to banned substance free. And we've got the MicroPure guarantee. Obviously, again, it's Prop 65 Act certified of any heavy metals. There has no RBST hormones in it. There's zero hormones, no soy lecithin in there. A lot of other companies have that. Obviously, it's third-party tested, and we have no antibiotics in there as well. So the difference, as I always say, is very, very clear when it comes to these proteins and the produce that I have. Now, what I do, I have this before bed, but I make pancakes out of it. I actually made a pancake yesterday, half recaged and half casein in it, because I wanted to have it throughout the day. I made cookies with this the other day, because I know that if I'm going to have any healthy proteins or anything like that. So there's some idiot here called Gothia. I have to call you an idiot, Gothia, because you are obviously uneducated. You haven't spent times with professors or doctors in the labs. You haven't done blood tests. You haven't done urine analysis. You haven't done hair follicle tests. You haven't seen the hormonal levels. You haven't had your God, what's the word that I'm looking for? The markers, the food allergy markers taken before and after these. So Gothia, you're saying they are unhealthy for you and you know it. You're an idiot. You are an idiot. Being a dry product, I would guess it's quite a while. I don't understand what you mean there. Because of clean premium ingredients, are they more likely to have a short shelf life? Not short, I wouldn't say at any means. Yeah, boom, get out of here, Gothia. Yeah, idiot. Is 24 grams of protein enough for muscle recovery when the recommended dosage of a post-workout protein, I believe, is about 30 to 50 grams? Well, again, it all depends on the protein source. But if you look here, I don't have where did you say 24 grams of protein? I have 28 grams of protein in here. Now, you could take 50 grams of a shitty protein. That's not going to do anything for you. It doesn't come down to how much protein you take in. It all comes down to how much of that structural integrity of the protein is actually absorbed. Can you please tell me a bit about how stevia is beneficial than table sugar, than the calories? I read multiple opinions from different sources. Is it a good option to replace sugar with stevia? No. Sugar is one of the biggest killers in the world. Stevia is a natural plant extract that's not going to give you the insulin spike, and it's definitely not going to give you the calories. If you think of a cancerous cell feeds off sugar. It has, I can't remember how many receptors, like 8 or 9 receptors in comparison to like 90 receptors, and it feeds off sugar. So if you know of anybody that's suffering from cancer, they should not be eating sugar. You can give them vitamin C, because vitamin C acts the very same way. However, the cancer cell will absorb it, but obviously it's an antioxidant. I started using Recage, and it's amazing, and it makes me feel so good, and I recover so much faster and train twice a day. Any other ones I tried to have made me sick. Well, that's the difference between these supplements. You know, you take these supplements and you go, that is what a supplement is supposed to do. Okay, that's what I'm paying for. All right. 1 gram of protein per pound of body is recommended per day for men trying to build muscles, so I've heard. Yeah, I'd say, 1.28 grams per pound of body weight, but it all comes down to how hard you train at the end of the day. If you are, very active and you're training hard, then yeah, you're going to need a little bit more. Loved the 25% off deal. Got loads of Recage. Well, I'm glad you liked it, Matt, because I lost a shitload of money during that time, because we work on very, very sharp margins. So when I did that 25% off, I could only do it for 6 hours because, I knew that I'd lose a little bit of money. doing that sale, but I wanted to get it in everybody's hands, and it was celebrating my mum's birthday as well as Halloween. But I didn't expect us to sell as much as we did during that day. Yeah, it's great because I want people to take it and go, okay, now I'm going to be loyal to it. But it was a great day for you guys. I'm stuck between Caged and gym products. Now, Renee, I'm not going to say take mine and not take that one. I'm not going to be biased. All I suggest you to do is be knowledgeable. Go on the websites, find out, what are naturally flavored, what are naturally colored, how many patented ingredients are in my pre-workout in comparison to their pre-workouts. Are they BSCG certified? Just these little things you need to be looking into. I love the mass mush. I hated eating oats and boiled in water before. You're the same as me, buddy. Kris, I really want to know if Blue Star products are any good. I have no idea. Never heard of them. Again, just look into it, search, it's very easy to find out. I used to put my hand in my pocket before I had Caged Muscle. Obviously, I do it a lot now, but before that, and I used to test the supplements myself. I'd actually get them tested to see what was written on the label, what was in it, and what was the source of the ingredients. I know you've answered this before, but what is your recommended daily dosage of your glutamine and branched chain amino acids? Me, personally, I take 5 grams with every meal, or I will put 4 scoops in a half-gallon jug like this, and I'll have probably 2 gallons per day. But that's me. You help Riddick get cut, so pre-cage is something I'll try. Thank you very much, Mark. Yes, Riddick was a very easy client. I made lost money, bro, because I bought 4 recage. No, you actually saved money. Believe me, you don't lose money. Right, so I have to leave now because I'm going to Kate Kennedy's place, who works for Caged Muscle, because she has some new flavors to try out. So I was over there the other day. We tried out some new flavors. One was the other one was really good. And now I'm going to go back and try some more samples. We keep sampling for months and months and months and months until we get it absolutely correct. So I better get on over there and get that done. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. I hope that has given you a little bit of insight on the Caged Muscle proteins and why they're the best. And again, I keep saying, I'm sorry, I don't want to come across as being arrogant when I say that. It's absolute confidence. And if you don't believe me, go do your research and get them tested yourself against any other company out there. Thank you, guys.